Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Zath's Replay Theater. And we have Rodrigopine. I believe he sent me a replay before in the Z-23. This is a ranked battle in the 10 to 5 bracket. Interesting lineup here. We have 3 destroyers, 3 battleships, 1 cruiser on both sides, and both teams have a radar cruiser. That's very interesting. So, Z-23 ranked battle. Those are always interesting. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people would say, oh, get a Lo Yang, or something like that. So, you know, it doesn't exactly mean that's the wrong choice of ship or anything like that. And we'll talk about that in just one second, and hopefully we'll see that that's... We'll see in the replay why that's the case. That it's not the ship, but it's the captain. Right? I always like to say it's the captain that ultimately determines how good or bad, I guess you could say, poorly a ship performs in ranked. Come on. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Alright. So now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at flag setup. Extreme close up. We've got speed flag, Papa, Red Dragon. Interesting. Speed Charlie London. This is so XP, free XP, regular and Commander XP. So you're doing some serious XP grinding here, and you've got the Frosty Fir Tree camo as well. You've got the Juliet Whiskey Unanone flag for additional flooding. So it's flooded in speed. Personally, I don't know if I like seeing that. There's a flag missing, and that would be the detonation flag. That being said, this is the 10 to 6 bracket. This guy bringing protection. And so when I play, you know, when I think of like 10 to 6, you know, you can generally, that guy's got it too. You can generally get through okay, even if you detonate or something like that. It's not too terrible. If you're a good enough player, it's not that bad. So we've got Kagro with dead flag, Benson with dead flag, and let's take a look at the rest of the lineup. Chapayev as detonation flags. Let's go on down to the Amagi. And Amagi is not running protection, so he might detonate. We'll see. Lol. Moving on to Turpitz. Turpitz has dead flags. And finally, Bismarck. Bismarck also not running dead flag. So, susceptible to detonations, 3 out of 4 players on this team. Alright, so let's talk about the Z-23 and what's so special about it. Z-23 has 6-inch guns, 150mm guns, and those guns pack a heavy punch. We featured a replay already with the Z-23 in ranked, and we saw that. You could tell he's running the 150mm guns because there's 2 barrels up at the front. The standard 128 setup only has 1 barrel on the front turret. So great AP penetration capabilities, decent HE. Really good torpedo reload. We saw that come into play the last battle. And we see that Rodrigopine is running Premium Smoke, Premium Hydroacoustic, both very good, and Premium Damage Control Party. Choosing to run Standard Speed Boost. Personally, I'd run the Premium version anyway, but, I mean, it's up to you. If you're hurting for credits or something like that, then, you know, definitely hold off on that. That's perfectly fine. So let's talk about the role of the Z-23 in ranked. It's kind of like a Lo Yang, and that's why I said, you know, a lot of people might say, oh, you're better off bringing a Lo Yang. Keep in mind that even though you've got Hydro in the Z-23, it only reaches out to 4.44 kilometer versus the Lo Yang, which is 5.6, I believe. So you're not able to lock down a capture point like you would in a You're at 4.4, like you would in a Lo Yang, so that's important, right? But you've got arguably better guns, maybe even better torpedoes too than the Lo Yang. Not sure about hit points and stuff like that. So that's kind of going to be your role is a little bit of a hybrid between Lo Yang and Scout Destroyer and, you know, Cruiser Basher, if anything. If you get a cruiser that goes broadside, you can AP them and Citadel them and, you know, do a lot of good damage. So that's kind of fun. A lot of people like to do that. So you've got a Bismarck and a Magi and a Tirpitz, if I call it, yeah, versus Alabama, Tirpitz, Bismarck. So the only difference is going to be your Magi versus Alabama. Both have the same, you know, kind of lousy Sigma. I would say probably the edge would go towards the Amagi simply because it's got the ability to kite and soak up a lot of damage. But it's a toss-up between the two of them, right? They're both okay. Chapayev versus New Orleans. Chapayev's got the radar length, or distance, and range, and the New Orleans, of course, has the radar duration. So that's a big difference right there. I would personally give an edge to New Orleans over Chapayev, assuming the New Orleans is the better player. That comes really down to player skills. Benson, Kagero, Kiev. Now, you probably know I have a soft spot in my heart for the Kiev. So, if this guy is able to get on the flank over here or over here and just harass the crap out of battleships, hats off, you win the game. So that's the challenge. Now, giving up C is the question, and I mean, you could, if your Chapayev is willing to sit behind this rock for you, you could go for C. But that's kind of tough. Personally, I don't know that I like going into C cap that much in a destroyer. I've seen so many destroyers go in there and then just get stuck. You know, they hide behind this island here and then get flanked by a destroyer and killed. They hide behind this island here and get stuck and get surrounded and killed. You know, I don't know. Personally, I'd rather be moving, but then again, I'm a fan of the Kiev, so, you know, there's... I don't like seeing all three destroyers going the same place, though. I would really like to see the Kagero moving right up to about here. The Kagero from about here can torpedo the crap out of anything that it detects. So that's a really good position. Conversely, think about it this way. Their Kagero can also go mid and torpedo the heck out of your battleships, too. So there's that to be considered. Chat is kind of weird, but okay, whatever. Now, what you should be doing is thinking, alright, Tirpitz just said he's spotted, so you gotta be thinking about what you're gonna do next. What's your next move going to be? And you've got two choices. You can zoom around and flank, or you can go back out to mid. It looks to me like your Benson is staying mid, Kagero's staying mid, so you might as well, I guess, go wide, yeah, like you're saying, and kind of flank around and see. C-Cap is being captured, so you know at least somebody's there. Chapayev is really far south. I don't know if I like that. And look, there's the Kagero. Just as I said, he would be right in the center. And I have a feeling those battleships are in for some torpedoes. I'm gonna kind of fly over to this battle here, because this battle could possibly decide the game. Kagero being forced to smoke up, and here's where, if you had been in mid, of course, you could be doing your hydro thing. Alright, I'm going to go back to you for right now, because the Kiev is about to get spotted. Well, Kiev is spotted, and you're about to get spotted yourself. So the question is, when do you want to open up? I'm not sure. I like that you slowed down here and popped your hydro and that kind of stuff. Honestly, yeah, see, you're the only one who's detecting him, so it's your job to stay out and keep him detected. Also, clearly, seeing that the entire rest of the team is over there, you're in a 1v1 situation with the Kiev, and you've got a hell of a lot of support. Good. You got out of smoke. Nice. So you gotta keep him spotted. Keep him spotted, and you can shoot at him if you want to. You're guessing that he's going to run for it. That's a fair guess to make. Enemy Kagero died. Bismarck looks like maybe took a torp. But your other Bensons are still relatively healthy, so that's good to see. I'd like to see you shooting him right now, though. I'd like to see you putting pressure on this Kiev. And you can use AP. He's broadside to you, so if you use AP on him, I mean, you can be putting some hurt on him right now. You're not, though, and I mean, you're electing to go for module kills and stuff like that. And oh, look at those torpedoes! Oh yeah, one. Here comes two. Doink! Nice job.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Yeah, well done indeed. Your spidey senses came in very handy. And I love it. The Chapayev even thought that it was your Benson that got the kill and did all that. And you're sitting there like, I deserve the credit. There's very nice. Very nice. Alright, let's get that stupid shift thing off. Now, this is kind of a neat position to be in, right? The enemy is pretty much stuck in C. They made a hard push to C, figuring that your team would probably do the same, and they didn't. And that's awesome, because now they, you know, they're kind of stuck. They're kind of forced to sit there, and I mean, your only real threat now is going to be that radar New Orleans. That's it. They don't even have any more smoke. Once this Benson dies, and it's going to happen very soon, as you can see. Now, you popped your speed boost, fine, but I think you could see where having that speed boost earlier might have really helped in your engagement with the Kiev. It will definitely help you if you had an extra charge of speed boost ready to go after this one ends, so that you can get back into the fight. You can do some flanking, some stuff like that. Now, this New Orleans is running away, which is a really good sight to see for your destroyers. That tells you that it's open season on this Alabama and this Turbits. Look at these guys. They're just sailing out to sea to die. And this Kagero is probably foaming at the mouth right now, salivating, because he just knows that he's going to get some damage. And see? The Benson already knows it, and he's already called it. The enemy team is so screwed. Absolutely. Losing destroyers early hurts a lot. And you can see those destroyers came out, and they were not supported by the team. They got too far away from the rest of the team. And as a result, those destroyers got focused, and they got killed. So that's unfortunate. That Kiev, by the way, did a real dumb thing. He should have turned this way and flanked like that. He should have gone that way. He could have been doing a lot more. But that's alright. Your battleships are... I don't like what the battleships are doing. Real quick, I want to mention, they are doing the same thing that the enemy battleships are doing, which is holding hands together in one same spot. Don't do that. You can't get crossfires. Look at this, the Amagi and Turbits even collided. You can't get crossfires with that. You can't get you can't get the ability to do a lot of damage. Kagero gets some torps on the Bama. Your torps are coming in, and now is a good opportunity to slow down and smoke up. But I wouldn't smoke up yet. I would keep that smoke ready. Now, Bismarck's got Hydro, so there's a high probability that Bismarck will detect those torpedoes. Also, you notice how the New Orleans has rejoined the battleships and is kind of charging with them. So, I guess slowing down and smoking up would actually not be a good idea right now. Yeah, see, Bismarck saw those torps. So yeah, you want to get farther away. Good idea. And look how quickly your torpedoes reload. That's one of the nice things about the Z-23. We mentioned that in a previous replay.
Our victory is in sight.
Bismarck takes a torp, probably going to be forced to DCP. There it is. Alright. So now, that's it. Set him on fire, and he's going to burn for a while. Is the New Orleans going to take a torp too? If I were you, I'd be using F3 and asking the battleships to focus the New Orleans. Because it doesn't look like the battleships are. The battleships are too busy trying to slugfest it out with each other. That's not going to help in the game quickly. New Orleans needs to die. Benson gets spotted. He's being secondaried. And everybody else is shooting him on the team. He got too bold. Yep. Alright, and here comes your pew-pew. Now, you have a good opportunity now, actually, to shoot AP. because look at the angle that he's presenting you. It's almost pretty broadside here. You can be AP. There you go. Good. You saw it. Yeah. And of course, as soon as you AP, he turns because he saw the torpedoes. Go figure. That always happens to me too, but it doesn't matter. He's done. Yep. So, time to find a new victim. I mean, target. And this replay is all but done. I really don't have that much to say about your gameplay other than, you know, yeah, I don't know. No offense, I was kind of hoping the other Z-23 replay was one of those kind of, you know, Unicum player replays, and I was kind of hoping that yours would be a little bit more of a derpy derp in a couple cases, just to be able to comment on things here. But I can't. The only thing, again, communicate with the team maybe is something we can say. Oh no! You probably saw that Amagi just as you shot, and you're like, shit. Yeah, you're not even firing your other torpedo. You know, maybe I would look at the Benson died. It might be a good idea to rotate a destroyer back up over here just to cover the Bismarck and Chapayev and help screen them. But other than that, oh geez, look at the Amagi. How much you want to bet that Tirpitz is going to save a star because of that salvo into the Amagi? Oh boy.
Our team has taken the lead.
And yeah, I mean, you're taking heavy risks by shooting now and that sort of thing, but come on. The battle's over, I suppose. Let's go for the damage, right? Alright, well, Rodrigopine, thanks for sending the replay in. And I hope that, well, I mean, you're rank 6, so I hope that you have good luck and good fortune in ranked. And I'll see you out there. For the rest of you guys watching in YouTube land, do your usual like, subscribe, whatever stuff. And I really hope that you are gonna be, can benefit from these videos and stuff. And send me your replays. I am running a little bit low. Just a programming note. I'm going to be kind of staying away from tier 8 for a while now that ranked is almost over, and I've almost exclusively focused on ranked battles. So I'm looking for, any ship that's newly released as always, and I'm looking for pretty much anything else but 8 if you can. All right, take care, guys.